I'm no salesman. Fuck, I'm not even a podcaster. But what I am is a man with balls. And when I want to trim my balls, I use the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. And if you want to use the same, Sheriff Show at manscaped.com for 20% off. That's code Sheriff Show, SHERIFFSHOW at manscaped.com for 20% off, plus free shipping. Summer's approaching, and guys, there's no point going into the gym and busting your arse in the gym, forgetting muscles and covering them up with fucking chest hair. Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, shave that right off, have the sun glistening off those pecs. A Greek Adonis. Manscaped. Women also, because some women now have balls, so you can fucking get them shaved as well with the Lawnmower 4.0. Remember, code Sheriff Show for 20% off. That's code Sheriff Show. I'm Killian Sheridan, and welcome to the Sheriff Show with Lewis Capaldi. Killian Sheridan, and welcome to the Sheriff Show with Lewis Capaldi. Welcome to the Sheriff Show. I had to check the name there. I'm Killian Sheridan, and welcome to the Sheriff Show with Lewis Capaldi, with Darren Connell. Neither of them have showed up today, but thankfully, superstar, comedian, hydro performer, podcasting legend, Soccer AM legend,
Yeah.
Lloyd Griffith, everybody.
Thank you. I do cringe during intros, usually.
That was totally off the cuff.
I could tell.
It might not have.
I could tell. I could absolutely tell. When you said hydro performing, and I was like, that is a very niche sentence. That only people...
Well, no, Glasgow would appreciate it.
What is your listenership makeup? Is it mainly Glasgow?
It's, like probably about 54% Scotland.
Oh, yeah. Because you've got Darren and Lewis on the show.
Yeah.
And Darren obviously usually turns up. I'm a bit upset.
Darren is always here, and it's
I'm a bit upset he's not
weird.
Here.
It's you just if you put on like a mad kind of like Glaswegian accent, as if, no, I mean, man, I'm fucking. That's kind of Darren's. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
No. I'll leave it to
close.
you.
Well, you know Darren.
Yeah, well,
That should be stated.
I mean, I chat with Darren every now and then, but Darren actually supported me on tour 2017 at the Glasgow stand.
Shout out Glasgow stand. Also shout out Hydro.
I think they need it.
We're big on shout outs here.
Are you big on shout outs? Yeah, shout out.
Shout out Fit and Proper podcast.
Oh, if you like football comedy crossovers, and if you listen to this, you almost never do.
Yeah. Top 20
every other week.
Top 20 comedy podcasts in the UK.
Every other week. And just depends.
Okay, yeah.
Like some weeks.
Yeah.
But some weeks.
Well, every other week we're top 5 Turks and Caicos soccer podcasts. So,
that's great.
Yeah. I think you could take us back to number 1.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I know anyone in Turks and Caicos. Oh.
Do you know what?
That's like Bahamas, isn't it?
Maybe. I think we're going to find out. If it doesn't get top 5 or top first spot,
you know, it's Darren Connell.
It's Darren.
Yeah.
Darren's got the Turks and Caicos fans.
He's got the Turks and Caicos fans, yeah.
It's going to be humbling, yeah.
Drake
holidays there a lot.
Does he?
And Canadian likes his soccer.
Yeah.
I mean,
who does he support? Arsenal.
That's probably it. I heard him say something about Dundee a while ago.
Yeah. Did he well, I can't remember which venue he played in Dundee, but he
Dens Park.
Yeah. yeah, he did. He did there, didn't he? And I think, because what's their nickname? I mean, you should know this pretty.
It's
one.
actually called the Drizzy D's.
The Drizzy D's.
Yeah, the Drizzy D's.
So he often shouts out the Drizzy D's quite a lot.
ODO, yeah.
Yeah. It's weird actually. You know, like when you go onto the, I don't read the Daily Mail.
Shout out Drake.
Shout out Drake.
Yeah.
I don't read the Daily Mail, but the Daily Mail showbiz thing.
Yeah.
Him and Charlie Adam coming out of a bar in Dundee. Drake and Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've been out together.
Do you know the name of the bar?
What?
Do you know the name of the bar? I was going to give them a shout out.
Macaulay's.
Shout out Macaulay's.
Shout out Macaulay's bar in
for
Dundee.
hosting Drake.
Good. And they both came out.
Chico.
They both came out of the bar.
Yeah.
I thought this was weird. They both had Guinness moustaches that they kept on.
That's banter.
But the thing is, though, you usually have that at the start, don't you? You usually have a Guinness moustache at the start of a pint.
Oh, okay.
So what had happened? Have they
Is
just
this
gone in
some
for that
sort-
and then just gone out? I don't know.
Okay. I thought that was some sort of maybe sexual innuendo joke there.
I don't think so.
Back to you knowing Darren.
Yes.
Darren left us with how do we get on to Drake and Charlie Adam coming out of Macaulay's there? Anyway, back to you knowing Darren.
Yeah.
He asked me, he was telling me the other week, because he was excited about coming on here with you today and rekindling that comedic friendship, you know?
Yeah, from that one time backstage.
Business relationship and all that. And he was telling me that, anyway, he used to share the agent. The agent.
Yeah.
He used to share an agent back in the day. And Darren was performing in Edinburgh at the Fringe, I think. Maybe you were doing Fringe as well.
Yeah.
You were walking with the agent.
Yeah.
Through Edinburgh. Darren had digs sorted out to stay in Edinburgh for the time that his show was running on the Fringe.
Right.
And it fell through last minute. And he said he ended up like having this mad fucking panic attack. And he ended up going through Edinburgh trying to find the train station with his suitcase. And I don't know if it was raining or not, or he was just, you know, it probably was, knowing Darren, it probably wasn't raining. Yeah. But he said he had a suitcase over his head and then bumped into you and your agent, who was also his agent.
His agent, yeah.
And the agent was like, Darren, what are you doing? Like, are you okay? And he was obviously having an episode of some sort.
This, yeah.
And he was like, well, do you know where the train station is? Like, he didn't acknowledge.
But also, I think we would like by the train station as well.
Was it?
Yeah, I think like we were just like not a million miles away from the train station.
Yeah.
Like probably like bottom of Royal Mile. We go, well, it's just there, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. He said he was totally like scrambled, and he couldn't even like form a sentence.
Yeah.
To you and
Carly. Shout out Carly.
Shout out Carly.
Still my agent.
Shout out Carly.
Lovely lady.
Maybe not Darren. So
you know,
we might rescind that shout out. I'm only joking.
I'd like to keep it in.
I'm only joking.
Because she looks after me. And she always points me into train stations.
Shout out Carly.
Always points me to the train stations when I'm having my panic attacks. But yeah, Darren's funny, man. He's like just naturally funny.
Yeah, I know.
He's a naturally funny bloke.
He's also my best friend.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's great. Where did you meet?
Here.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's lovely. It's a good place.
First time we met here.
Was it?
Yeah.
That is lovely.
19 episodes ago.
19, yeah.
18 episodes ago.
So what, like you talking like half a year ago? About that.
Give or take. Give or take.
Shout out,
give or take.
Shout out, give or take.
Shout out, give or takers.
And then how often does Lewis get on the pod?
Lewis is on the pod, so he wasn't on the first one. The first one was originally called The Sheriff Show.
Yeah.
And then since episode 2 through to episode 19, it's been The Sheriff Show with Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah.
So technically, in name, he's been on it every single one. But here, it's...
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a global superstar. He's very busy.
He is, yeah.
And he just hasn't been able to make it.
Yeah.
Time restraints, booking.
Contacts.
Maybe he needs to have a word with his booking agent.
Yeah.
I don't know, like double booking a lot of times.
Yeah.
But
go on.
Now you might think this is a joke. He does like the show. and he knows about the show.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he?
This will all become clear once episode 18 is out, because I explained the story in that.
Okay.
So he's aware of the show.
And he's listened to the show?
He's listened to a little bit of the intro. I know that.
Shout out Lewis Capaldi.
Shout out Lewis. Yeah, it's a given because it's with Lewis Capaldi. But
yeah.
I don't want to overdo the shout outs.
Yeah.
So let's just...
Okay, so not everyone gets shout out.
No, I reserve
No.
shout outs for... well, no, I mean, Lewis doesn't need one.
No, because he's on the show.
You know? I like to keep friends and business partners humble.
Yeah. It'd be a bit weird if like Dermot O'Leary shouted himself out on the radio. It's his show. On the Dermot O'Leary show.
On the Dermot O'Leary... Is there a Dermot O'Leary show?
I don't really know. I just panicked and thought of someone in the public eye. That I think he might have a Radio 2 one.
He's probably going through some things now on This Morning.
What he did 2017 to 2019.
Do you want to hear my This Morning joke?
Go on.
Hello, everybody. No. I'll start again. Okay. Here, maybe try this tonight. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Try this tonight
At the OVO.
At the
Hydro. OVO Hydro.
Is it the Hydro OVO?
It's the OVO Hydro.
It is. Shout out Drake again. OVO.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
The owl thing.
Yeah.
OVO.
Wow. That explains Turks and Caicos and everything.
Yeah. And Dundee. So
I could clip this for maybe a little TikTok clip. Anyway.
Is this? Are you on the This Morning
I'm back
thing?
to my
Back to
joke.
This Morning.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
So,
which I'll try tonight.
Good morning and welcome to the Sheriff Show with Lewis Capaldi. It's a very special morning today. Do you know what's so special about this morning? The fact that Holly didn't know that Phil was grooming a showrunner. Do you like it?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Will you clip that up?
Could
clip
potentially
it up,
clip
yeah.
that. But I like to keep my clips for TikTok strictly false information.
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, we are. We do a thing where we make up...
Are you? Not the royal way. Are you? Are you personally on
the
TikTok?
show, Sheriff Show is on.
But is Sheriff of the Sheriff Show on TikTok personally?
This is on... Oh, no.
No, you don't have a personal account?
No.
Right.
I have my TikTok for podcast use only.
And then do you go on the TikTok?
No.
You don't. You've never scrolled it?
No. Honestly, I've never scrolled it.
Okay. Just be interested to see what your FYP page is like, which is your main feed.
For your page?
Yeah.
Because I've started using hashtag FYP.
You've got to, apparently.
So I do a thing on TikTok.
I bet you do.
Right?
I think we all do.
And how did that comment throw me?
Well, because then usually it says, "Oh, check my Insta bio," and then you have to go on the Insta bio, and then that's where you get the OnlyFans link. What?
So I do a thing on TikTok,
as we all do.
And basically, I'll make up a story with the sole intention of it being viral on TikTok.
Right.
Okay. And I remember I sent you the very first clip I done of it.
Yes.
And you were at a party on it must have been I don't know, it wasn't a Saturday night, because I wouldn't have sent it to you on a Saturday night.
Shall I see when you want us to send it?
Yeah, please. The very first one we done, Paul, which is on 3.2 million views.
Is it?
Right? So it was the first one I'd done thinking, right, fucking boom, I've cracked it. I'm a TikTok sensation here. And so I done it about working in McDonald's, giving vegans real burgers.
Yeah.
And it was this big game. So plan worked, it went viral. Loads of people in the comments were giving out. Vegans were giving out. Meat eaters were like, oh, this guy's a legend, without knowing that I'm actually technically vegan. So anyway, I sent this to look, because it was doing so good. I was like, oh, here, I think you might appreciate this. And I've texted Lloyd saying it. After a while, yeah, I'll check it out. I'm just out at the minute, or I'm just at a house party or something. And instantly I was like, oh fuck, I look like such a tit.
Oh, here we go. I think you sent it to me. Oh, different number, because you change your numbers every time you go to a different country. Was it a link? Was it a link?
No, it wasn't a different number.
I've got a GIF of you that you sent me yourself.
Anyway,
Okay. You sent me a link to one of your tweets on the 8th of November 2019.
2019?
You went, has this ever been an issue, do you know? And your tweet was, every time I watch Soccer AM, when the fans have to answer questions and the guests can win their money and they get the chance to double at the end, I always imagine the scenario. Gary, an Aston Villa fan, is on the show. He has very good football knowledge. So he's one of the guys answering the questions. They get £250 and have the chance to double it with one final penalty. Fenners asked him, do you want to take the £250 or do you want to gamble? All the crew in the audience start shouting, gamble. Gary doesn't want to. He wants to take the money and leave. See, Gary is a recovering gambling addict. He has to tell them. He has to tell them again that he doesn't want to gamble. They all start booing and pressure him into giving him an agreement to gamble for their entertainment. Gary, who finally got his life back on track, now has reopened his addiction and feels like the gambling buzz again. Fast forward a month, and he's now in debt to the wrong people and has lost his house and car in the middle of a messy divorce. Sure, I'm not the only one that has imagined the scenario. So it's an interesting story because Gary was on, I think, episode 48. And
shout out Gary.
Shout
out Gamblers Anonymous as well.
Yeah. Although, I guess
it's not anonymous anymore.
It's not anonymous anymore.
Gary.
If we're shouting about it. No, it wasn't an issue, and I think only once. I'm almost certain this is true, and I'm not making it up. Pretty much everyone says gamble.
Yeah, I've never.
And actually,
I have never seen someone not gamble.
And at no point you go, you get the option to gamble if you want, and it's never been a case of, can you gamble it because we've got 2 confetti cannons that we've basically paid for. And I can't remember which fans they were. But they were like, do you want to gamble? Do you want to go for it? They went, do you want to gamble or do you want to see what you got? And I think they went, we'll stick with it. We went, okay. We just sounded then you go, I think then you could hear Darius, who is the producer of the show. Shout out Darius.
Shout out Darius, producer. Shout out all producers.
Shout out all producers,
shout out
really.
Paul.
Not all of them. And and then Darius went, okay, right, well, I'll just rejig the show. I think we had to just rejig the show. And then I think Misha's like, well, this is great. Because you have to hoover up all the confetti. Week, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it was the story you wanted, but luckily I don't think, and also as well, I think, that if there is a gambling element of it, you'd have gone, actually, do you know what, do I want to do this? But no, so that was that. So you sent me another bit of social media.
I was panicking there thinking, fuck, what have I sent? What tweet have I sent them here?
You said, when are you gigging in Israel?
That's funny, isn't it? That should be... that should be some sort of sketch show.
I don't know.
I'm big on pitching people coldly.
What does that mean?
Like pitching things to people when they're not expecting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what? Like this?
Like that, yeah. My sketch show.
You sent me a message where you've been chatting to Elizabeth Hurley.
Oh, so that's... Well, yeah. Let's not get into that.
Okay, cool. Do you know her?
Huh?
Okay.
We can cut that if we need to.
Do you actually know her?
No.
I don't know what's true or what's not. I can't find this TikTok.
Do you know what? I'll actually cut me saying that I don't know her.
Right, because
shout out Elizabeth Hurley.
Hey, I can't find this TikTok. No, because I don't go on it. Because I'm basically...
I didn't send it to him on TikTok because I don't go on TikTok either.
Yeah, of course, none of us do.
Basically, I sent it to Lloyd and he was out at a house party and I was like buzzing off it thinking, fucking look at this, it's done so well. Yeah. It's such a good idea. And the reply was like, oh yeah, cool, I'll check it out. I'm just out at a party. So the fact you were like a little bit surprised when I told you the story, you never checked it out.
I can't remember it.
And that's okay. Shout out not checking out things.
But also, you didn't need me to do it because how many views has it got?
It's 3.2 million.
Shout out to them.
Give or take.
Shout out to all those watchers.
Shout out all those.
They won't all be unique. A few people watched it a few times, including yourself. A couple of bots. So I reckon you're pure 1.4.
Organic?
1 million. Organic, don't know. Not entirely sure.
Non-pesticides, about 1 million.
What?
Now, I was going to ask you a question. This could be the fewest notes I get through on a podcast.
Why?
I've realised pretty quickly.
Why? Is that good or bad?
It's very tangential. We're going off everywhere, and I like it. Because my notes are terrible.
Yeah. Do you have nice handwriting?
I had to write that on a train.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. I actually can have very good handwriting.
Yeah. My handwriting is impeccable.
Joined writing?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll dip in and out.
Nice. I was going to ask you a question there in Bonaccord. Shout out Bonaccord again.
Hey, Bonaccord the pub.
Again.
I had a Diet Coke on ice.
Because Lloyd doesn't have any alcohol drinks before performing on podcasts.
Shout out. No drinkers, non-drinkers. Before work.
So I mentioned the hydro. So you're up supporting, is that the right term? You're up supporting Jack Whitehall.
Yeah.
Shout out Jack Whitehall.
Shout out Jack, yeah. I think if you'd have asked him on the podcast, I'm sure he'd come along.
He was filming that podcast with Kevin.
Oh, he's I don't think they're working. I think they're just chatting.
Just doing Insta stories.
I think they actually might be playing squash. I'm a bit annoyed because I played squash with them last time and I didn't probe it.
Yeah.
And then you said, can you come and do this? I was like, yeah, well, I'm doing this anyway. But last time we were up in Glasgow, we played squash with Kevin. And I think now just Jack's playing squash with Kevin.
Kevin Bacon?
No, Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
Bacon Bridges.
Okay. And what happened? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm supporting Jack Whitehall at the OVO. Shout out Drake Arena, Glasgow tonight.
Hydro, yeah. Hydro. Now, I was going to ask you a question.
Used to be called the SSE Arena.
Yeah.
Don't shout them
out.
No.
Good thinking there.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you a question about, do you prefer supporting like this?
Yeah.
Doing these kind of arenas, or do you prefer going around and doing your own tour, your own solo show tour?
Really good question.
First one.
Yeah.
Never had that feedback yet.
Have you not?
No. I don't really ask many questions either.
So this doing support for Jack is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because you're performing to roughly 5,000 to 10,000 people a night, sometimes more. And you just don't get to do that as a comedian unless you are one of the like Jack Whitehall.
Hydro's about 13?
Hydro is about 13, I think. Yeah, it depends how much stage you're using.
Okay, yeah.
And
it'll be around the 10,000.
So I think tonight will be about 8 to 9 because he's got quite a big set and stage.
Okay.
Yeah, because he has big screens and stuff. So sometimes I think you have to sacrifice a bit of audience members, just how far it goes out, whatever. But yeah, you're like only if you like Kevin Bridges or Mickey Flanagan, Michael McIntyre, Jack Whitehall, Joanne McNally now.
Yeah.
Who is unbelievable comedian. Unbelievable. I've seen her a number of times and I'm like, this is ridiculous. You should get her on the podcast. This is why you're being silent. She wouldn't come on here.
Wouldn't come on.
Did she say no?
Apparently had work commitments.
Wow. I mean, she is.
Is that a thing? People,
like 100%.
If people are doing stuff.
She's busy.
People are doing gigs at night. Do they really have work commitments?
Well, it's just
in Glasgow.
So for example, today we got here at about 2:45.
Yeah.
I went straight to the venue, dropped my stuff off, had a bit of soup. It was spinach and Stilton.
Okay, didn't ask.
Shout out Connor, the chef, on tour with us. And Mags, actually, the assistant chef. And then I'm doing a haircut. I've mentioned that.
Yeah.
A little hair trim.
Yeah. Then a podcast.
then podcast. Yeah. So these are.
No, I meant haircut for the podcast.
Haircut for the podcast. Yeah, because I knew, having seen the clips of it on TikTok.
I jotted
that it's
down
filmed.
who's better hair, me or Jack Whitehall.
I'd say you.
Yeah.
Um.
More famous hair, Jack Whitehall.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So you have had more styles
Yeah, that's fair.
of hair.
That's fair.
And I think people, if you go, Killian Sheridan's coming out tonight, and they go, oh, and you go, hair, and they go, yes.
Yeah.
Then football after.
Bobble.
But,
That's another issue.
do you have a bobble?
No, I had a little bit of a bobble gate incident
Right, okay.
last season.
Then
Or the
there's
season before at Dundee.
Oh, yeah, on the wrist. Wrist?
No.
Did it fall out? Did the bobble fall
The
out?
bubble fell out mid-game
Oh, that's
while
embarrassing.
losing 4-0.
Oh, God, and they had to play with long hair.
No. So we won a free kick. I won a free kick because I got fouled. And in the foul, the defender has pulled the bobble out of my hair. Night game, losing 4-0 at home. Things aren't going well. I came on as a sub, by the way.
Yeah,
Shout out subs.
yeah.
And so I knew straight away, as soon as I looked down and I couldn't see it, I knew from experience, I'm not finding it. So I went over to the bench. I need a bobble. One of the sub-keeper, Ian Lawler, had one on his wrist from his girlfriend. Right?
Oh, this is amazing.
He's passed it over.
Lovely.
He's passed it on to the bench.
Go on. Shout
Passed it
out
on
his
to
girlfriend
me.
as well, by the way.
Shout out Jessica and Ian.
Jessica and Ian.
I'm almost certain it's Jessica. Really hope it is. And
Shout out and Ian.
And
Put it in there,
yeah.
just put it in there.
And so while we won the free kick,
Yeah.
literally on halfway,
Yeah.
we're losing 4-0. Charlie Adam takes the free kick while I'm over at the bench. Instead, he could have waited 5 seconds, 10 seconds maximum, and I've got the bubble and I'm in the box. So then afterwards, everything is like, fuck's sake, we're losing 4-0 and we're putting a ball into the box and our big striker is off looking for a hair bobble.
Lovely. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
So
That's lovely.
that was...
Did you ever go at Charlie for that?
No, I was just trying
Did he
to...
still have the Guinness moustache, or had that gone at that point?
I think that was last season.
Sorry.
It was the season before this
Yeah,
happened.
Sorry, yeah.
Guinness thing was
Yeah.
just there. So yeah, that was Bobblegate
Right.
incident.
Yeah. So you've got nicer hair, I think, than Jack. Going back to that. And Joanne McNally is incredible.
Yeah,
But going back to your initial
yeah.
question,
Did I show you my interaction with her
no,
about asking her to come on?
no.
I think this is very funny. And I'm surprised this didn't end up being like changing her mind. She's like, do you know what? I'm going to sack all the work commitments and I'm going to come on and do
Yeah,
the podcast
Crucially paid work commitments.
because that was so funny.
Did she react to it? Did she say that's funny?
Maybe like a token gesture
Yeah.
emoji. It was, I think I sent a very, I said, can I put a request in for Joanne McNally to come on my podcast, The Sheriff Show with Lewis Capaldi, when you're performing up in Glasgow later on this month, ? Sometimes Lewis doesn't show up and you'd be a great replacement, I think. Her reply was, good owl Lewis, I'm actually working the day of the show and the next day, so I'll have to politely decline. And then I responded, brilliant, can't wait.
Yeah.
And then just a laughing face.
Did she reply to that?
A laughing face.
Yeah. That's good.
It was good, but it wasn't good enough to get those work commitments cancelled.
No. But like, so she does her podcast and they do it remotely while she's working.
Were you touring with her? Or have you've known her from years ago?
Yeah, none of them years ago, yeah.
Before she
blew
up.
Oh yeah. And she's always been incredible. She just needed something to happen, and something did happen, and the podcast,
platform.
Yeah.
Platform.
Still up for you, boy. Do you know what I mean? You can be doing King's Theatre, Glasgow. Don't you worry about that.
That's got my eyes on the hydro.
But yeah, she's great. She's genuinely funny. And I saw their podcast show in Dubai. I was out in Dubai, and she was out in Dubai, and Vogue was out in Dubai. And
You were all performing at the
you could
Dubai
say-
Comedy Festival.
you could say we had work commitments. in Dubai, and it was unbelievably funny. Like one of the funniest things.
You taking that oil money?
Huh?
You taking that oil money?
I think. Well, I think he's on mute. I can't hear what he's saying. Hello. But it was one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. It was. They were brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant.
How do you think
he's back now? He's back.
How do you think this would transcend on stage? Tough, huh?
Yeah, tough. Yeah, I think you'd need probably Darren.
Yeah.
To be there in order for the format to work.
Yeah.
And you'd probably need Lewis to sell the tickets.
To just sing.
Yeah. So
let's call it a Lewis Capaldi concert.
Yeah.
During the breaks. During the breaks.
Yeah.
We rush out.
Yeah. And
do a little podcast.
10 minutes of chat.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
10 minutes of me making up TikTok stories.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Bored?
No.
I've literally gone through two notes.
I haven't answered the question.
What was the question?
Do you prefer opening for Jack or doing the main thing?
Oh.
We didn't get to it. So we can edit all that stuff out, the Duran stuff out. Shout out, Duran.
No, it's all part of the journey.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you are able to do this is obviously unbelievable. And then what's really nice
podcasts.
Yeah, to do
arenas
is incredible.
Yeah.
And, I love it. And I'm only on for like 10, 15 minutes, but it's brilliant. And Jack's crowds are lovely. They just want a good night out. And they
Bit of like a bluffer in the porn industry.
Exactly that. And
buffer or bluffer?
Fluffer.
Fluffer. Jesus.
So I am essentially on and off stage,
Here, and the bluffer.
Yeah, I got that. So like the Jack, so you go on and like fluff them up, and because I do a bit of singing and I dance around like a dickhead. And it's honestly great. And then the people that liked you from that will then come and see you in your smaller show, and then you can give them more of it. And it's great. Like I've been to see a number of bands, and I go, oh, really? That's a support act. And then you go and watch the support act. I remember going and seeing Led Zeppelin in 1972, and Simply Red was supporting them.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is ridiculous. And I've been a Simply Red fan ever since. But I went to see Simply Red, and Diana Ross was supporting Mick Hucknell.
What?
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go and watch I watched Diana Ross, and there was a band called Chumbawamba. That were supporting Diana Ross, and I was like, well, I'm going to go watch Chumbawamba. So I watched Chumbawamba, and they had a poet on supporting them, and I was like, that's where I draw the line. That is not for me. But yeah, it's like Liz Truss, who I think is one of the greatest politicians of our generation. Her and Kwasi Kwarteng believe in trickle-down economics, and I don't think that works in economics, but I think that trickle-down economics does work in the gig economy. So if you don't go and see people, you'll like their support acts and stuff.
Yeah.
So, have you ever seen any support acts?
That deserves a little applause.
Little ripple.
There. That was
yeah,
very
it's
good.
good.
Yeah, very good.
That was improv.
Very good.
That's what you get with me. That doesn't actually go around deep enough for me to.
Comfy?
These trousers are John Lewis.
Yeah?
John Lewis everyday trousers.
Nice.
£28.
Nice. Didn't ask.
What? edit that. Shout out John Lewis and the everyday range.
So what's better?
No, go on. This is great.
Okay, so the arenas are amazing.
Well, yeah.
And then compared to doing it yourself. Here's a maybe an analogy.
Yeah.
Or it's probably more of a simile. Would it be like a footballer?
Yeah, go on.
Being the star man in a smaller team, or being a team player in a very good team?
I don't think that is the right analogy, because I've tried to think of so many analogies when people ask me that question in the past, and I can't.
So
I can't.
It's a common question.
No, God, no, no, and you shouldn't. I don't mean to be hard on yourself. That is not a common question at all. Do I get asked it a lot? Yeah.
It's probably the way I asked it.
Yeah,
I would say.
What is the accent? I've never been able to say it in that accent.
Oh, okay.
But it's just weird. But for me, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, shoot.
Do you prefer performing in big, massive stadiums or smaller stadiums? And they're both full. What's the biggest crowd you played in front of?
The biggest crowd I've played in front of.
Football. Yeah, sorry, not podcast.
Biggest crowd, I don't know numbers.
Roughly?
I don't know. What's the new camp hold?
Are you going to go?
That didn't actually, I didn't mean for that to sound like such a mic drop line, but
yeah.
I realised it was.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Like
80,000 maybe, new camp.
Really? Who were you playing for at the time?
Apoel, huh? 99,000.
I love the way you don't turn around when you
answer rushed, questions. And there was a few. I think for that game, there was some crowd issues, and 1,000 people broke through the barriers.
To see you?
100,000, yeah, which would have brought it to 100,000.
Who were you playing for?
Apoel Nicosia. So
Greek?
Cypriot, but Cypriot Greek, it's okay.
Yeah. The left side of the island. Shout out, Lawrence.
Definitely not. No.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Let's leave that.
And so was it full, the stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the score?
People aren't going to check.
No.
Yeah, it was full. It was full.
I could check.
99,000 is the biggest capacity I've played to.
That's big. And did you enjoy it?
And then,
okay,
this is very funny.
Well, I think I'll be the judge.
In theory, maybe not very funny.
Okay, yeah.
But we played Barcelona in the new camp.
Yeah.
And in the following week,
yeah.
So I was Tuesday or Wednesday night. That weekend, we played away to Ayia Napa.
Ayia Napa,
yeah.
That is great. What a weekend. Like a stag.
So I really had the best of both worlds there.
And I'm presuming Ayia Napa, not 99,000?
99.
Decimal point.
99.
Have you ever performed to one person at the new camp?
No. Although we trained. Yeah. Wow. Elaborate.
I did a gig in the new camp to one person.
Who was the one person?
Martin Gritton. Remember the name?
Grits?
Grits.
Gritto.
Shout out Grits.
Shout out Gritto.
Grits footballer.
Grits is very big in the singular comedy audience circuit.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He does do a podcast every now and then. Celtic fan.
Grits.
Played for all sorts of teams.
Right. Who actually is he?
Martin Gritton, footballer. Played for Plymouth, Lincoln, Grimsby, Torquay, Chesterfield, Stockport, Mansfield, Macclesfield, Yeovil, Truro City.
He's not a footballer.
West Essex. What?
He's not a footballer.
He is.
Is he?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, there'll be someone in Turks and Caicos absolutely like throwing their phone around the room. But I went out with him.
Bear with us, Drizzy. Sorry about this.
So there.
Lack of information.
Not joking. Martin Gritton. Shout out Grits. I actually went out, and I've said this on so many podcasts, so apologies if this is a duplicate, but I went out and interviewed.
Middle name Francis, Martin Francis Griffith.
Oh, sorry, I should have said that. I think Shelbourne. Chester. Forgot Chester. But then all of them, I did get them right. 66 goals and 300 appearances.
Position?
Coach. Striker. But a lot of those leagues are very difficult. He got a review from a fanzine, a Grimsby Town fanzine, that said Martin Gritton is the type of footballer that looks like he listens to Bell and Sebastian. And he was like, that is the best thing that anyone has ever said about me, because he does. Big Bell and Sebastian fan. Anyway, so we went out to meet Lionel Messi. I was doing this thing for FIFA, EA Sports, and we went out with Martin. And I've told this on a number of podcasts, but basically, Martin used to play football with a guy called Joaquin Mendila. Pipa, who is Pablo Zabaletta's best mate, and I forgot about that. Met Pipa. Turns out he's best mates with. Well, he's really good mates with Lionel Messi. I turned up to the shoot, and Lionel Messi to me was like, "Oh, we've got a friend in common." And I thought, "Oh, brilliant! He literally thinks I'm Jack Black or some other little fat bloke."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, Joaquin Mendila," and showed me a photo of him and Pipa. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah!"
Really?
And I showed him a photo of me and Pipa from the week before. And then the production team were like, at what point were you going to mention you had a mutual friend with Lionel Messi? I was like, I didn't know. And it was him that brought it up. So, but then Martin came out on the other shoot.
He knew me.
He knew me, exactly, yeah. And we went out and did this shoot in the Barcelona Stadium,
Camp Nou.
And I had to do this like speech towards the end. And then my mate Martin...
Shout out to people who noticed that I called it Nou Camp earlier.
But it is actually Camp Nou.
Yeah.
And then Martin just had to clap me doing my little speech. So I actually have performed to one person.
Nice.
At Camp Nou, plus obviously a crew of maybe 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
31.
So mine didn't have any crew.
Well, there would have been crew because it was televised.
No, not this game.
It
It was during the blackout of 14. The BT blackout of 2014.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Is that when it was? 2014?
Don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Around then.
Yeah, around then. So do you like performing to bigger crowds or smaller crowds?
Bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger, yeah.
Bigger the better.
Yeah.
Do you like getting abuse?
Bigger the better.
Yeah.
I don't get much abuse. Plus, I
That-
didn't understand Spanish either.
Yeah, but you've played other places.
Yeah.
Is that why you play in other places? Is that why you play
That's
quite
why
a
I play
lot?
abroad a lot.
And after a while going, that phrase does keep getting used. Longaceros, pistos.
Yeah. Malaquias, Malacas,
I don't know what that means.
Benzona,
Benzema.
Curva.
I've got another question for you. I know it's...
Shout out all the Greek,
Go on.
Hebrew, and Polish speakers.
My other question was...
Tables have flipped here. I
the
like
tables
that.
are flipped
Yeah.
here. Well, in the absence of Darren Connell and Lewis Capaldi,
Yeah.
I feel like I have to put a bit of... Can't all be on you. And also, I've seen that you are literally down to the penultimate question.
What time are we on? 5 minutes.
Have you ever been playing football and you just heard a single comment?
Yeah.
Lovely.
A lot.
Just like a single comment.
And the thing is, the single comments are the ones that hit you.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, off the top of my head, cut your hair. The amount of times I've had to shout, cut your hair. And I'm just kind of thinking halfway during the game, like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's just someone who's just angry. That's,
I love nonsensical, angry, and I'm going to put in brackets thick people at football.
There was one, well, I'm not calling them thick, because they were probably my own fans.
Shout out Dundee.
We were playing a game last season, away to Arbroath.
Lovely place.
Now, away to Arbroath is one of the toughest away games I've ever played, and I've played away to Ionapa. Arbroath away is like links football, right? It's literally on the coast. The wind is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We met and it's 15, 20 minutes from Dundee.
Right.
So we met at Dundee. Lovely sunny day, Saturday afternoon. I'm thinking, brilliant. We've got nice weather for playing away to Arbroath.
Yeah.
We're not going to have the famous wind machine.
Yeah.
Turn up to the ground, still feels okay. Dressing room, go out for a walk on the pitch. As soon as you walk out from under the stands and onto the middle of the pitch, it's just so breezy. And I'm like, where the fuck is this wind come from? That's a whole other geography thing.
Yeah. And there are podcasts for that.
Cloud pressure and everything, yeah. And
Nimbus.
during the game, our goalkeeper was kicking and the wind was just blowing it way over to the sideline.
Yeah.
So after the first 2 or 3, I'm standing in the middle and then I'm reacting to see what way the ball's going to end up. So after 2 or 3, it keeps going over like almost right on the sideline. So then I started to stand on the sideline. So instead of me running from the middle back the way to then run forward to attack and get a header or flick on, I decided I'll stand on the side so I can attack the ball directly from there.
And easier if you need to get a bubble.
And then I kept hearing one guy shout, fucking stay in the middle of the pitch. Stop coming out to the side. Because in the stands, they couldn't feel the wind. And I would literally, like, the amount of times I felt like during the game just stopping. I'm like, ref, can you just stop for a minute, please? and just say to the guy, come here. Do you understand? Can you feel the wind here? Can you understand the wind? This is why I'm doing it. And obviously couldn't do that and had to put up with Did
the ball come to you?
It did, and I did win a few of the headers. Yeah.
Yeah.
My plan worked.
Do you like headers?
Loved them.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over 3,500 flick-ons in my career.
Fucking hell, that is good.
Yeah. My TikTok segment is sponsored by me.
Really?
I shouldn't have said me. It's sponsored by Killian Sheridan,
That's
current free agent footballer.
Are you?
Yeah.
I can put some feelers out.
Footballer?
Yeah, I can. I've got some footballers moved in the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
All to Grimsby?
Again, I think you're on mute, and we will need to sort that out. Maybe a cable has gone or something. Any more questions?
One rule to change in football.
One rule to change in football.
Not what you said beforehand.
Okay, that's a shame. One rule to change in football.
Do you want me to do mine and you can have a little think, or might inspire something? So mine would be when a player gets booked for dissent to the referee.
Yeah.
And now with VAR, that decision gets overturned.
Yeah.
The yellow card should be rescinded. Because you're like, well, yeah, you were right. You were right to have a go at me. I got it wrong. VAR proved I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Cancel the yellow card.
Yeah.
Or potentially cancel the red card because it was a second yellow.
Yeah.
Has that helped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the idea of a sin bin.
Yeah.
And if a player, because what I don't like is players getting fucking jippy with a ref. I don't like them getting jippy with a ref. And I think if you get jippy with a ref, there's a sin bin, and that sin bin is by the opposition's end.
Okay.
Go, mate, you've getting jippy with me, like naughty tear, like naughty step.
In the corner. Put it in the corner and call it the naughty corner.
And then go, right, go and sit in the naughty corner. Yeah, call it the naughty corner. It's like, I don't want to go and sit in the naughty corner. Well, stop being naughty then.
Imagine that.
I'm not being naughty. You're being very naughty to me. I think...
I wasn't on the pitch when they scored. Why not? I was in the naughty corner.
I was in the naughty corner. So you have to go and sit in the naughty corner.
Yeah.
And it's a chair. You know, like sometimes, like it's a chair. It's a car seat, but it's not a Recaro car seat. It's a car seat from like the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
And you have to buckle yourself into this car chair.
Yeah.
You can't get out.
Okay. Yeah.
And only when you go in there, only the referee can let you get out of the naughty chair.
If you say sorry.
If you say, sorry, ref, not a problem. Come back out. Don't do it again. You get 2 goes in the naughty chair.
Yeah.
Red card. Okay, so the third time you're like, mate, I've put you in the naughty chair twice. You know? So you know what I'm thinking? Like,
you're suspended.
Often you see these chairs in like old garages. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, do you want the waiting area? And like the waiting area is like an old like car seat from like the 50s or something, 60s, 70s. They got a garage, and then there, and all the like people go, fucking cut your hair. Why are you sitting over it? You know, they can give you like generic. And that way, you won't want to go and sit there. That would be horrible.
I'd cut my hair.
Would you?
Yeah, if it meant not sitting in the naughty corner. Because I'd react to the
you can't have it. You can't have your haircut there. Like no barbers allowed in the naughty
not
corner.
a bar. Okay.
No,
okay,
not a barber's chair.
Okay.
But I just think that's quite a good idea of, if I don't mind saying so myself, but of just going, mate, just take all this.
That's a good idea.
Shit, the stuff. The reason why we've got such. I support Grimsby Town.
Yeah.
The refereeing at League One, League Two, non-conference level is fucking diabolical. And the reason, I will answer that in a minute, the reason why it's diabolical...
For all you listeners, I just raised my hand.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, I just said sorry. And I think...
For the viewers, you just said sorry.
For the viewers, I just said... and I forgot what I was going to say there. The reason why referees are so crap is because they don't want to be abused the whole time. Like, it's awful.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I know you always see these like clips of Uriah Rennie and Pierluigi Collina and various other people. Like, oh, refs back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, they were more mean. You're going, well, yeah, they were and they weren't. But players are just, no offence to you or Paul, you know, more dickheads. now playing. So just
Oh,
take that.
you meant football. I thought you meant like players.
Football players are
Okay.
dickheads.
I thought you meant players.
Players.
I thought you meant like player.
Iron Apple. So I think we need to not corporal punishment. You need to be a bit stricter on the players.
Yeah.
Get better refs, better football in total.
Okay.
Not
Is that
fun.
the kind of stuff you get on Fit and Proper?
Very similar, actually.
I just
and
realised,
you can
yeah.
listen to it on all the platforms, your Apples, your Spotifys, your whatever ones.
What's the other one? Deezer?
Maybe Pocket Pods or something like
Podbean?
Pocket Pod.
Question for you on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's probably beneath you.
Yeah.
See, for getting guests on,
Yeah.
do you do that or does someone else do that for you?
Me and Reese do it.
Do you, yeah?
Yeah. Because we know the comedians, the actors.
Have you had people on that you don't know?
We interviewed Scroobius Pip.
Okay.
I obviously was very aware of him.
Yeah.
I'd never met him. Reese had. Reese, who did we have on that I knew?
What was his big song?
Matt Bainton. We have Matthew Bainton.
Dum, dum, da. Is it something like that? Was that his big song back in the day?
Oh, the big song.
Dum, 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 da, dee, da. Something like that. Anyway, sorry. Sidetrack.
Just got an email from Size about my orders ready for collection. Trainers. Asics. Gel light threes.
Nice. Didn't ask.
So, yeah, there's only been one that we haven't known
Who was Scroobius Pip?
I knew him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thou Shalt Not Kill was his, I think. Thou Shalt Not Kill. That was one of his famous songs.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah. And a good message as well.
And also, well, yeah, but his episode's great. That comes out in real life tomorrow, but in this podcast live,
okay,
it's already out.
Yeah.
I actually need you to do me a favour after this as well and do a voice note for me.
Yeah.
Keep that in the podcast. You're going to do the breaking news flash if that's all right.
Can't wait. Do you want one more topic? Or actually, probably
Have these been topics?
I was going to say the only topic
Yeah.
that I made a note of,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a good one.
Go on.
Or actually, we've got, was it quarter past? Okay. This is not the weather for spicy foods. Okay? I was thinking this the other day, that hot weather is not the weather for
You need to
spicy
tell
foods.
the listener and viewers what
Spicy food is.
No, what the weather is at the moment in Glasgow.
It's very hot. In general, it's very hot.
Muggy.
It's a bit clammy today. Yeah.
It's been raining.
There was some rain.
There was some petrichor.
Some what?
Petrichor.
What's that?
When,
Precipitation.
What?
Precipitation.
It's basically when it's been really hot.
Yeah.
And then when it rains.
Oh, okay.
That sweet smell.
Okay.
Well, not sweet actually. It's more of a musky. The smell of concrete after rain.
Hot front meeting a cold front kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Again, I'm going into geography. Yeah. Trying to stay clear of that.
Yeah.
So when it's hot like this, spicy food isn't good. Everyone kind of knows that. Well, anyway, I had some spicy food the other day and it was roasting. I was like, bad move. And then that got me thinking. I've said this numerous times, maybe on Twitter actually, so I've tweeted it before, so without saying it. But why is spicy food associated with being able to handle spicy food is always a sign of like how fucking strong you are and how much of a man you are?
Well, firstly, I'd like to say thank you for presenting me with that question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back a couple.
More of a topic.
A topic, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back a couple of beats if that's okay.
Yeah.
So I was reading, there's a website.
Shout out Craig B.
I was reading a website the other day called bbc.co.uk.
Yeah.
And on there they had tips on how to keep cool in the weather.
Okay.
And they said have a hot shower before bath time, but don't have a cold one. Have a hot shower before bath time.
Okay. And what century are we in here?
2023. I don't know what the centuries are, but the year is 2023.
Okay. It just seems bath time is a bit...
Okay, have a shower.
Okay.
Sorry, have a shower.
Yeah.
They said have a shower. Did I say bath?
You said have a shower before bath time.
Okay. I think I meant bedtime.
Okay, yeah. That would make more sense.
Makes more sense, doesn't it? So they said have a shower before bedtime.
Yeah.
But a warm shower, not a freezing cold shower, not a boiling hot shower, but a warm shower.
Okay.
And the reason why is because it helps with your body temperature regulation. When your body, when you come out of the shower, the wetness, it kind of helps you cool down and stuff.
Okay.
I think with if you have a curry that's quite hot, You'll sweat. Same situation. It'll help you cool down. I'll also counter this with one word: India. That's hot.
Okay, I was gonna say, but how then do you counteract shitting yourself?
Toilets.
No, but I mean, like when there's no toilets
There are always toilets.
available.
Pretty much everywhere. Where we are. Turks and Caicos. They're going to have to answer their own question.
Shout out Bonaccord for hosting mine.
So, is that where you went?
Yeah.
If we're doing it, shout out OVO Hydro Glasgow for hosting mine in my own dressing room.
Okay. Shout out all the listeners. Shout out all the viewers.
Shout out all the viewers, shout out listeners.
Shout out Fit and Proper Podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out Lloyd Griffith.
Is this the end?
Yeah, probably.
So
do you want me to finish it now?
No, but the curry bit, I think because it hurts, eating hot food hurts. So I think people go, oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more of a stupid thing then, really.
Yeah, stupid thing.
As in, it's more, yeah.
Yeah.
I just always don't like when I'm getting called a pussy for not wanting to order the really hot
roast.
Turkey, yeah.
Yeah, turkey,
yeah.
Well, how spicy do you want your turkey? Well, the hottest, please. I'm not an idiot.
See, with Jodie, every time I'm eating something and it's a little bit spicy, I cannot say
Oh, it's a bit hot.
it's spicy because she'll be like, what? You think that's spicy? Do you? And I'm like, no. Do you? My mouth is burning.
Yeah.
My insides are all over the place.
And you just have to pretend.
And she's like, what's the smell of shit? I'm like, not me, one of the dogs. Shout out to Wrapping Up Podcast.
Yeah.
How long is Fit and Proper last?
Anything between, like, you know, a good episode of Coronation Street to like a really good episode of Silent Witness.
Of what?
Silent Witness.
How long is that?
It's about 55 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. But it's in between the 30-minute and 55-minute. But I think people got the references.
Do you edit much out?
We've never edited anything out.
Nice.
No.
So true to yourselves, man.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
We've edited a lot. We've edited a lot.
Okay, I'll wrap it up.
Okay.
And brilliant, because I get to use so much stuff for the next person. Here, do you have any suggestions on who I should get on?
Yeah. Joanne McNally.
Okay.
Sam Fender.
Okay. Haven't messaged Sam Fender yet.
Mick Hucknell.
Can I use your name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon?
Martin Gritton.
Martin Gritton. Ask him about his experience in the new camp.
He's been there.
Okay, thank you very much, Lloyd.
Thank you. Hey, shout out Killian.
Darren would have enjoyed today. We would have had a great time.
Well, if he's going to have a birthday, I'll edit that out.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for listening. Keep subscribing, liking, and commenting and listening.
Commenting. Where are they commenting?
Commenting.
Keep subscribing. Keep telling your friends. Oh, if you want to come and see me on tour, I'm doing.
Have you got any tour dates?
Yeah, I'm doing the Dundee First Park and Turks and Caicos. LloydGriffith.com. But the Turks and Caicos is close to selling out, so you might have to go to the other venues.
After this, it's gonna blow up. Not figuratively.
No.
This is going to be tracked by NSA now.
Great.
Because I mentioned blowing up.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much, Paul. Everyone, thanks.
Thank you.
Great episode in the can. Cheers.